Now see, this is, if I'm doing my own painting, it would be more this, you know, this more abstracted. But it's a challenge, and I'm going to have a class in a couple weeks on floral abstractions. But what happens in a class like this, I know that it can be challenging already for people to find their way around the composition because it's not their own composition. That I'll make them crazy if I do this. So when I did this painting, what I originally did was started it this way. And why I started it this way was my intention was I wanted to have this kind of rolling of values through here. That's what I thought. But then as I started painting that, all I could see was an eye and lips and a big hat. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we see it with the big hat there, yeah.
Yeah, and that's all I could see. So then I thought, I can't do this. So I turned it this way, and I thought, no, that's not necessarily going to work the way I want it to. You know, it just doesn't have a settling point. This way, you know, no. And then this way, that works much better. And the challenge was the way that these petals were, it just kind of sliced it up because this was light and that was dark. So I thought, oh gosh, how am I going to handle this? So what I had to do is, I already had the darker values in here, but I needed to somehow transition it. And I needed to keep some of these areas light. So what I ended up doing, and I had each individual petal, I ended up putting a wash of water over the whole thing. And I ended up putting a focused more color over here, and when you put the wash over it, it softens all the edges, which isn't necessarily what you want because then it pushes it back. So after I did that a couple times to kind of throw that into the distance, and here, you know they're petals, but that's not where I want my focus to be. So what I ended up doing is letting it dry, and then I would start to define my petals again. That's right, I went this way.
So negative painting?
Basically negative painting, yeah.
The cards are gorgeous.
So I really love this, but then it would be very difficult to teach this.
That would be for really advanced.
Yeah. So anyway, you get the idea on that particular. So when we were talking about adding a tint, now I don't mind to work the individual petals, and then if it's not working, put a wash over that, and then redefine them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I would like to know what the dots are. Is that lifting or wash?
That is the shaman's mask. That's underneath his eye.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what did you call that one?
You know, what did I call it? I don't think I had a fancy name for it.
So how did you do it?
Oh, that's just negative painting.